Hey everybody, I originally did not plan on making this video for YouTube. I actually did it for Instagram and I shared it to my stories and then like a highlight, so you can check it out there too. But basically I did a tutorial on my Instagram on how to make your own custom wooden door hangers. But I felt like it's a really good video. I think that a lot of people would like to learn how to make them. They're super easy, so I figured I would put all of my stories together from Instagram and make like a short video showing y'all how I did that. Plus, the weather's starting to get really nice here. It's getting warm and things are starting to bloom, and so it just got me motivated to like make my porch real pretty and plant flowers and do like a whole spring porch refresh. So that's what inspired me to paint the door hangers as well. So in this video, you're gonna see me break it down on how I make my door hangers, how I paint them. They're custom made, so you can make yours however you want. If you have any questions on how to do it, please leave it in the comments and let me know. But we're gonna jump right into the video.
So the first thing I always do is make a template using poster board. I love it because you can make any design that you want and trace it onto the wood and make your door hanger specific to how you would like it, and you're not limited to one single design. Once it's traced on the board, then I use my jigsaw to cut it out. This particular design had a lot of sharp edges, so what I did was I went ahead and did the bigger portions and then came back in to fine tune it. Always be careful when you're using a saw. Obviously pay attention to where your hands are at and where the blade is at all times. I know it looks like I'm going fast because the clip's sped up, but honestly, it usually takes me probably a good 45 minutes to cut out something like this, just because I'm super careful when I'm cutting it out. So the wood that I'm using here is just regular plywood, and you can buy it from Lowe's or Home Depot. It's extremely affordable. It's about $30 for one sheet, which is about 4 foot by 8 foot, and you can get several door hangers from that. This in particular, it's like I said, it's a large sheet of plywood, so you can do any design that you want, any cutout, however you would like it. The good thing about using the jigsaw is that it turns and rotates, so you can get sharp edges very easily, and you can customize your door hanger how you would like it. Once I have it all cut out, I go back and I sand all of the edges. This is a thin piece of plywood, so it tends to kind of splinter when you're cutting it, so using just sandpaper to soften up the edges is always best. You can paint your door hangers however you would like. If you're doing a specific design like this that has a lot of busy things going on, I would recommend tracing them on first and then painting it almost kind of like a paint by number. It just helps you make sure that everything is symmetrical on it. Unless you are very creative and you can eyeball it super easy, then go for it. But I like simple around here, so we always trace it on first, and then after I've traced it on, I kind of fill it in. After I get all my main colors on the design like I would like it, I always end it with highlighting and distressing and anything like that, just to give it some depth and dimension and a little bit of texture. So this is a clear coat. It's a polyacrylic, and I apply it on top of all my door hangers to protect the finish and give it a nice shine. I do have a covered porch, but it's still gonna have weather. There's still sunshine, there's still things that can, different elements that can come in and cause the wood to warp or discolor. So using a protective finish like this really helps. Plus it gives it a shine. It just helps it look more professional, like the ones you see in boutiques. I've used twine before, but recently I've transitioned to using the metal wire, and I like it a lot better. I feel like it makes the door hanger more sturdy, and it gives it a more upscale look. So I pre-drill my holes, and then I push the metal through. And once I get the metal through, at that point I use needle nose pliers to twist it down and wrap it around, as you'll see here. Once you have your hanger on and how you like it, you're good to go.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to y'all really quick about the paint that I used and the wood that I used. I'm going to start with the paint first. For years and years, I have made my own door hangers, and I honestly always used this paint right here. These are just cheap acrylic paints. You can get them at Walmart or you can get them at Hobby Lobby. They run anywhere from $1 to $2, and you probably can even get them on sale for cheaper. They work fine. I have painted lots of door hangers using these. I always go back over it with a clear coat just because it protects it from the weather, but also it makes it look kind of shiny and just more professional. But recently I kind of upgraded my paint game, and now I have been using these Masters Touch acrylic paints. They have more pigment in them, they are thicker, but they are expensive. So like this tube right here was about $5.99, and you can get these also at Hobby Lobby or Walmart. Also, they make one that says thick body acrylic. So I don't know if you'll be able to see on my door hanger or not, but basically when I did my highlighting, it kind of has some texture to it, and that's because I used the thick body. With the thick body, when you paint it on, it doesn't just smooth out, it does what it says it does. It's thick on it. I really like that for distressing and highlighting and things like that. It just gives it more texture. A lot of times you see these door hangers, super cute ones at boutiques and stuff like that, and they have that on it. That's what they're using. So it's more expensive though. It's almost $10 for a tube. A lot of times you can get these on sale though. So if you're gonna use it, get it on sale. Find a coupon. Get cheap. Don't be spending $10 on some paint. Okay. And then the last thing I do is I put a clear coat on top of my door hanger. Again, this protects it from the weather, and it gives it a nice kind of shine to it. I like it. You don't have to do this. I mean, my porch is covered, but I still do it because the sun, it kind of warps the door hanger, so I feel like this does help. This is just Minwax polyacrylic, and there's different finishes. This one is a clear gloss, but I've also used matte, or I think they have like a high gloss or something, just however you are wanting it to look. But this brand in particular will not turn your whites yellow. There are some out there that if you put on top of it, it makes it look yellow. So the Minwax polyacrylic is the way to go. And then the wood. Let me just give you my secret, okay? I'm gonna release it. So this is just plywood, and so this is just a thin piece of plywood. If you go to Lowe's, you will find it's like a 4 foot by 8 foot piece of plywood. It's very thin, but it used to be about $14. Now it's about $30. However, you can make several door hangers from that piece of wood. I always have to get them to cut it in half so it'll fit in the trailer, but it's worth it. It is so worth it. And I will tell you this, I love shiplap, and I have done shiplap in our old house and in this house, and that's what I use for my shiplap. I've never used real shiplap. I actually strip it down into the pieces and the size that I want. I'll show y'all maybe later of my fireplace that I did. So if you're wondering what type of wood I use for the door hangers, it's at Lowe's. Super easy, very easy to work with, and very affordable, especially with the prices of the materials right now. So check out Lowe's if you want to make your own door hangers.